The Open Tabs podcast has returned. I'm Calvin Smith. I'm here with my main man, Joe Carlos. Joe, what's up?
What's happening?
We are battling through some things, guys. You have no idea.
None. No idea.
You think you know?
No idea what's
but you have no idea.
You have no idea.
Hey man, so before we jump into the movie tonight, man, first of all, shout out to Dr. Shola Fasusi for his birthday tonight.
39.
39, man. Shola. That's a good birthday. 39 is a year where a lot of good things happen. He and his wife, Dr. Lauren Middlebrooks Fasusi,
yes.
they have given birth, as it were, this year.
Yeah, they have. To baby Z, young Xena.
Hey, man.
Xena. Yes.
Life is a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful life is a funny thing, girl.
Hey, life is a funny thing. Hey, shout out to my man Frank's wife Joy. She was the only person who responded in the affirmative on the whole Gina DeVoe thing. I know a lot of people knew. I guess they were leaving it for.
We do it. I mean, we knew, but shout out to her. But Gina, and shout out to now I can't think of the system.
AJ Sanders.
Sanders. Dallas, Texas' own. Shout out to AJ Sanders. That's what they used to tell us. She's from Dallas. I don't know if that's true or not. But shout out to AJ Sanders for her turn as Gina DeVoe. It is such an underrated thing, and no one. It's rarely ever discussed. About her arc as a character and all that.
She has two big fans with us. I know that for sure.
She does, and some iconic lines on a show full of iconic lines. My favorite, other than Court Case, which was so weird. Would you know they really just jumped the shark and they were gone.
Yeah.
That and that weird election episode that was so strange and but when earlier the AIDS episode, I think it was season 4, and with Tisha Campbell.
Yeah.
And we said, girl, she lived right down the hall. That's probably one of the funniest lines to me. We ever talked about comedians in cars getting coffee?
I not on here for sure. But yes,
okay.
we offline.
Oh, I know we haven't. Yeah, offside. But do you ever see the Jamie Foxx one?
No, and you keep telling me I need to see it.
You need to watch it. You should watch it tonight, actually.
Okay.
It's not long. It's like 20-something minutes. It's not long. But there's something Jamie says when he says a black woman's voice can cut through anything. It's like if there's a fight, a black woman out of nowhere is going, "Oh my God, they're fighting!" It's just. He's like, you could be in the middle of Utah and there's like a black woman's voice will just come out of nowhere. He's saying this. Jerry is doubling over, dying at the table, like laughing. But that's kind of how I feel about Gina DeVoe's iconic lines. Like it cuts through everything. So shout out to AJ Sanders.
Yeah.
Life is a funny thing, girl.
Life is a funny thing.
Life is a funny thing.
I don't want to derail too much, Joe, but I do want to ask you: did you get an opportunity to listen to that podcast that the great Wayne Davis recommended?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay. I want to share with the world. I said I was going to hold off until the show, man. So this podcast it was created by Dave Holmes, a former MTV VJ. I had never heard of him prior to Wayne showing me this, but apparently he was second place in some contest and ended up being like on TRL in that whole era of MTV. Okay. So at any rate, this guy shared with a friend of his how he had been wondering what the fate of a particular group was. And that group was this group Sudden Impact. From the end of the Boys to Men, Motown Philly. Remember at the end, they had the little montage of the different groups they have, like, Boys to Men.
Or just the East Coast Family?
Yeah. And then they do the white group, Sudden Impact, and they're pointing to the camera.
Do you remember that? But okay. No, I don't. So, I don't. I need to go back to the video.
Go back and watch that video, and then this podcast will have you pulling out YouTube and watching, and there's this one video that they talk about, the all for one for all, or something like, no, everybody messes it up. It's like the one for all for one video, something like that.
All the groups were in there?
All the groups. And it's going to blow your mind.
I know that video. Yeah, I that's where I was thinking, that's the only place I would imagine Sudden Impact would be. I remember that. It was called like East Coast.
The East Coast Family. It's just the East Coast Family.
Yes.
So two things. Michael Bivins is ahead of his time.
Far.
And
Biv 10, baby.
There is, all right, beyond sudden impact, there is another singer on there. Well, two singers. One is relatively famous now. You have seen her everywhere. And when you hear the podcast, you'll be like, oh my gosh. And then the other one is this dude named Hayden, who's also a white boy. And Hayden looks like just this corn-fed, like, you know, what's the one tackle in the good natured tackle in Remember the Titans? Remember?
yeah. He was later on. He was later on. My name is Earl, and he's lost a lot of weight. He's
Ethan
like a real
Suplee.
Trump guy
Ethan
now.
Suplee.
It's like
Ethan Suplee.
Like a huge Trump guy. Yeah.
Ethan Suplee.
Yeah.
He looks like this guy goes into so much detail, Joe. And it's 10 episodes. I literally binged the whole thing in a day and a half. So
okay.
I mean, it's worth listening. And I promise you, as soon as you go back and watch the Boys to Men video, you're gonna be like, oh, that group. And you're gonna be like, yeah, what happened to them? And the whole story gets told. So
I mean, there's only room for it's like Color Me Bad. And this is after New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
After really after New Kids on the Block. And before and after Color Me Bad.
That whole story.
And this is before 98 Degrees. This is before NSYNC. This is before the Backstreet Boys. This is
Joe. I think you will love the nuance of this show because those things you just said.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out.
And
I want it that way.
Wayne has never ever steered me wrong. Wayne's the one that put me on the QLS. Like, hey man, the great Wayne Davis. One day we got to get Wayne Davis.
I know he's a big Star Wars guy. Huge Star Wars guy.
Huh. Well, that might be all right.
So I'm sure he's down for any of those 9. Well, now it's more than 9 now. For any of those films, but he's a huge Star Wars guy.
Fair enough.
Just so you know.
Fair enough. One last thing, Joe, before I'll jump to you and ask you if you have anything. But I know this is a shared one with us, Succession. Those that have not seen Succession, I don't know what to say, man. Like,
I don't know what to say about them. I've been telling people for 3-4 years to watch Succession.
Yeah.
And they haven't, obviously, because they're asking, what is this? I've been telling the people, like directly saying, like at the time, it's like 10 episodes, you can get it done. It's only 20 episodes, you can get it. Now it's 29. You probably won't have anything else for another year and a half or 18 months. So, or at least 12. So give it a whirl.
Yeah. Jump on that. For sure.
Please.
For sure.
Please.
For sure.
Do yourself a favor.
That last
Do
episode.
yourself a favor. I don't know what else to say other than I don't want to give anything away right now. And I can see it's finally gotten to season 3. It's finished the season 3, so it's kind of it's eligible, bowl eligible.
Yeah.
For us.
It's bowl eligible. I love it.
Yes, it's bowl eligible. So I don't want to make it a thing. I don't want,
Okay.
What do they say? I don't want to get into it. Yeah. How they say? Yeah. I don't want to get into it right now. I'm doing a rewatch of season 3 right now. I'm at Ken's birthday party.
Nice.
So
pivotal.
I can't even imagine doing it to my siblings.
No, man.
I can never imagine doing
that's the thing, man. Like, so messed up. The dynamic. Anyway.
No. But I want to say shout out to Jackson State University.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the young men who made a decision of where they want to go to college yesterday. Shout out to all the students the Ivy Leagues, particularly, who got an early decision yesterday, and a lot of the most selective schools in the country. December 15th was the big day.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them. But most importantly, congratulations to the 768 men who were accepted to Morehouse College on December 1st, 2021. You made if you choose to come to Morehouse, you will have then made the best decision of your lives. And so a super shout out to you just for making it this far. As I do shout out the young men who signed at different colleges and universities throughout the country, I'm paying particular interest to the misinformed misanthropes who are showing their true colors. There was a time when we can just go anywhere and play football or go to school. I'm hearing every excuse in the book about, I'm reading from all these people who I didn't really respect anyway, so it doesn't surprise me. But I'm reading all. I just read something from Dabo Sweeney say it's not about academics. How many of your kids do you graduate, Dabo?
Right.
I mean, what are you talking about? What in the world? Anyway, the hypocritical things that I'm hearing. Doug Gottlieb, who's just a pathetic human being. Period.
Full stop.
Full stop. But all of a sudden, all these people are experts on HBCUs and what they can provide a student athlete. Jackson State has the same number of Hall of Famers as Florida State.
There you go.
Full stop.
Yep.
And to say, oh, the coach is going to leave. How dare you? Every one of them coaches leaves.
Yeah.
What is literally the difference?
Ain't none.
Kelly just left Notre Dame. They were number 6 in line to go to college football playoff.
Yep.
He left them
high and dry.
What's the boy? Oklahoma left. Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma to go to USC.
Yeah, in the middle of.
But they're gonna talk about Deion gonna leave. I'm sure he will leave, as is his right to do so.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
The precedent they set. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm with you, Joe. I'm with you, and I'm glad
from where they stay at.
That's right. That's right.
I feel the battle just begun.
It has just. Hey, look. I hope that these young men's families. I hope that, like, and I know these brothers are trying to live a dream and everything like that, and they get sold a bill of goods by these shysters, these con men that come into their living rooms and sell a dream to them. But I hope they see just once. This has only happened once so far, and how they see how they're changing the rules. Florida's legislation is jumping into action. Florida's legislation is jumping into action about COVID, but they're going to jump into action, to talk about contenders. They ain't contended for nothing in about 10 years.
No, Florida State hasn't mattered since Jameis Winston went there.
Exactly. So, we see the true colors. I hope that, again, I hope we don't lose sight of that. I hope we don't lose sight of, we got complacent with a lot of things. And I think that we are taken for granted. And they know, they see the writing on the wall. They know what's up. They know these tables about to turn, man. And it's hard. It was harder, as mentioned in our college football chat. It was harder, really, for football to do it than the other sports. But wait till it starts happening in basketball. Technically, it already has. Shout out to Julius Smith.
Shout out to Jude and McCord Maker. Yes.
And Lil Benny Walk.
Yes. And Lil Benny Walk. Yes. Shout out to all of them. Yes. But yes, technically it has,
Yeah.
If Bronny James signs at, I don't know. I don't know. Shoot. North Carolina A&T.
All right.
4.0
J.R. Smith, how about that?
I gotta look at A&T on that one.
Okay.
I gotta look at A&T on that one.
I'm
just messing with. I just had to mess it. No, I'm very proud. Very proud of J.R. Smith. Like super proud of J.R. Smith. Yeah. And I love the live tweeting of his life. I hope he goes to an interest meeting.
Oh, that'd be great.
Wouldn't it be cool if J.R. Smith pledges down there?
Oh, that would be outstanding.
That'd be outstanding. That would be awesome.
Yeah. No, I agree.
This has amazing reality television podcast implications. I am old. I hope he says, because he already dissed the fraternities once, but they're gonna take Jairus. You know what I mean? Yeah. So every one of them.
Plenty of people have dissed fraternities and then they showed up at a probate. You know what I mean?
That guy. So none we're gonna name today, but nonetheless, it's not kingdom building. How does this advance me personally? How does this advance my position?
Thank you.
How does
Roman never got that. Never got
Jerry gave him advice the entire season.
The blueprint.
He did not listen to a thing she ever said, and it was always to his detriment.
Always to his detriment.
Always to his detriment. Yes. Shout out to Reese for everything.
Shout out to Reese, man.
Shout out to Reese, and thank you for the amazing commentary on any given Sunday.
Yes.
I don't think I mentioned the metrics commercial as much as I should have. So I do have a regret. I just want to just get into it.
Yeah.
About not mentioning the metrics commercial, not mentioning Cameron Diaz as much as we probably should have, or as I should have, or even the great Anne Margaret. I think I did mention Leela Rashawn, but the women, we talked about Lauren Holly. I think the women were kind of secondary or tertiary in the film, other than Cameron Diaz and I guess Anne Margaret. But even with that, you could see the real chasm between ownership and personnel, and which is a credit to their performances. I think
absolutely
in many regards. So shout out to them for their complex work, for the nuance in their work. And I believed she was the GM of the team.
Yeah.
And understood the business of what she was doing. And I believed and the ruthlessness of it.
Yeah.
And I believed Anne Margaret was an owner who was aloof and tired of being an owner. At the same time.
Yeah.
She said,
I think she felt some resentment about that. Yeah. She had a lot of resentment. Yeah.
Gave up my Sundays, my youth. Lost my daughter to this game. That was she was pretty serious about that. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that.
I also have regrets. Being the Saved by the Bell guy that I am, man. I it is unforgivable for me to have not mentioned.
I forgot. How can I just forgot her.
Elizabeth Berkley. Yeah, man. All right, Jesse Spano. I'm so excited. I was so excited I forgot to mention her. I'm sorry about that one. And then
that was a lot. I mean, that was
the touchdown celebrations.
I have friends for your friends too.
yes, exactly.
And then they cut over Jim Brown. Go ahead.
Yeah. My guy Ted C. McGinley, aka not Ted McGinley. What is his?
Yeah, Ed McGinley.
Is it Ted McGinley?
Ed McGinley.
Is that him? John C. McGinley. John McGinley.
John C.
Yeah. The reporter, the Jim Rome-esque reporter.
Yeah, the Jim Rome.
Yeah. And then and last but not least for me, me and Reese kind of went back and forth a little bit about it. The program and Latimer from the program making his cameo.
Latimer, man. Yeah, man. I love. Well, I don't know why you don't love the program. I mean, I love the program, but you don't have to love it. I love that film. There are some glaring issues in that film, but I love it. But Latimer, I love Latimer in the program. And to see him then play in another football movie, I thought it was pretty cool, particularly after Higher Learning. I needed him to be in a redemptive role after that film. So
yeah, true. I'll have to watch the program again.
Batman Returns. He was also in Batman Returns.
He was also he has a little resume. His resume is he's got some things on it. Yeah,
nice little 90s.
Nice little 90s. All right. Well, anything else regret wise, Joe? I think
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Fair enough. I'm good. So we're gonna jump right into it. Then we're gonna take it to this is 1989, 89.
The number, another
summer. The end of the year. Jeremiah Chechik directed, but written and produced by John Hughes.
Yeah, it had John Hughes' DNA all over it.
All over it.
Yeah, all over that thing.
Another tale of the adventures of the family, the Griswold family, Sparky and Ellen. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Sparky. December 1st, 1989.
December 1st, 1989. Joe, did you see this on December 1st, 1989? When did you first see it?
Nah, man, I was in the middle of basketball season, man. 89-90 Lake Hill Warriors, 23-6, baby. State champs. We were 9-2 at the break. So I did not see any of the I didn't see anything No, I did not see it.
Okay.
Then I don't know. I'm thinking it must have been on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the next year
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. So I'm going to say I saw it sometime in 1990 when it was on VHS, and we got it from probably a video store.
Yeah.
But I know I first watched it at home, or either it was at a video store or on cable.
Okay.
But I know I first watched it at home.
Yeah.
And I was pretty much hooked because European Vacation was like horrible.
It was pretty
Looking
bad.
back, it was really a lot of TNA,
Yeah.
But National Lampoon's Vacation, now that's in the pantheon of comedy.
Yes.
But European Vacation was like, they just went like, what are you doing? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Left.
And this really redeemed the in my mind, it redeemed the franchise. So seeing it, you could tell it was a different film. Chevy was on his game, and I was hooked from the jump.
Yeah.
From the jump. He's caught under the cars. I think Jordan, our brother, recorded it. And so the recording,
of course, Jordan recorded.
He recorded. The recording was like they were already under the car, so I never understood how they got there until I watched it years later. Like, wait a minute, I thought the movie started with them under the car.
How many recordings do you have like that? Like I had a Coming to America recording that was like that. It's just
Bad Boys.
Press.
I have a Bad Boys recording that starts the day. Not like after when he's like, you should call your partner. When your partner calls you, you should call your partner when they're at the ding, 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 ding,
yeah.
Ding.
Yeah.
When they're at the that was for you. When they're at the and for you and Shay. What was it Nina that loves it's singing? I don't know. It's both of them. It's for both of them. But yeah, when it's and I have another video. I have a Harlem Nights that ends when Sugar Ray's burned. Like that's it.
I guess that's appropriate though. Also, but
no, no, it was not. I did not see the end of that movie until I got to college. I was sick.
You thought you had the ending. You thought you had the ending, but it was not.
Well, no, I knew it wasn't the ending, but I never.
But you had never
back
seen
then, it was like one HBO. You had to time it.
HBO.
You couldn't.
One HBO, one Showtime. You didn't even have the West Coast version. You just had the one.
Well, no West.
Yeah,
somebody West. That's somebody LA.
Somebody LA.
West Coast. That's somebody goddamn LA. West Coast. Yeah. That's where we were with it, though, man.
Yeah.
That's where we were with it.
So for me, I also didn't catch it in the theaters. I don't know why I didn't.
I don't remember. It didn't have a whole lot of lead up.
It didn't have a whole lot of lead up to it.
No, it just kind of 89 is tough, bro.
And I think it also has a lot to do with the fact that like to your point, that European Vacation was not very well received. So it was, this is like, kind of the last gasp. He had done Funny Farm, which was not great either.
Chevy was sputtering, man.
Yeah, he was. So, but I caught this on HBO for sure. I don't know. I guess at that time those movies were coming out like maybe the next year. I don't know how they handle Christmas movies or whatever, but I definitely caught it there. And from there it was on, man. Like I catch the regular TBS routine, and I don't know when it got added to the TBS cycle, but man, like every time it's on TBS, I'm watching it, man. And so to that end, I forgot a lot of the
whole episode stuff on TBS.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I forgot some of the dirtier jokes because it's whitewashed on TBS. They purposeful instead of So like I had to revisit it as an adult, and I never forget, like one of the first, you're getting to know your friends in med school and everything like that. Jeff, I'm sure it was Jeff, was a huge fan of the movie, and Cousin Eddie and all this kind of thing, man. So I had to revisit it as an adult, and it definitely was like, okay, well, this is much funnier in the dirty version than it is on the TBS version, and the TBS version is laugh out loud funny. So
agree.
Yeah, man. What little things stand out to you in this movie, man?
The kids change.
Yes.
Every movie.
Yes.
Audrey and Russ are different in this film.
Yes.
And they're like later become like well-known stars. It's like established stars later.
Were these the best Russ and Audrey's?
Vegas Vacation was some pretty good ones, but I'm gonna just say yes. Okay. I'm gonna just say yes.
Okay.
Actually, well, Anthony Michael Hall was a darn good Russ.
Yeah.
And that's what made European Vacation so sorry, because it was like the next Russ was just he was horrible.
He was horrible.
Anthony Michael Hall was a great Russ. He was a great Russ. And I think Galecki's probably a close second.
Okay.
And I can't think of the name of the young woman who played Audrey at first.
Yeah.
But she was later Brandon's girlfriend on 90210. I can tell you that. Came in from out of town, from like New York or something. She was from New York, which made her exotic, on the show.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say they were like good second. She might have been a better, and then although she didn't do as much as the original, and then she was definitely better than like Tracy Gold or the Gold child from European Vacation. But for me, the fact that the kids change, the in-laws situation was hilarious. The 1989 finery, like right before the 90s hit. I mean, I was born in 74. I was 15 when this movie came out. To me, man, in my mind, always Christmas time is like is this time period. Okay.
Yeah.
And no matter, I mean, like right now, I'm still thinking in terms of how things looked in 89, or when I was a really little, like when I was really young, like in 1980 or 81, like how things looked. But literally how things looked in 89. I mean, the Christmas and the beauty of this film, to me, is how it captures the end of one decade and going into another in a time of great excess in the United States.
Yeah.
And it does it beautifully when money does come up, but they're going to be fine. Only Clark works. Ellen doesn't work. Yeah. He can't cover the check for the pool. They're not going to lose the house. So it's like this. It's not even white. It's not like white privilege or anything. It's just like it's the 80s. It'll work out. And so because he still has a big corporate job. And so it's just really that's so that 89 they really buttoned it up well. Probably the last thing for me is the music in it, and that's it for me.
Well, speaking of music, man, like my most recent watch of it, I watched with the subtitles on because I'm getting old and I need to pay attention to those things. And I didn't realize I was 1 week ago old. There was Mavis Staples. Like
that's why I said the music.
Yeah, I know. I'm an idiot though. I mean, I knew like the Ray Charles.
That group of guys.
John Hughes. Yeah.
John Hughes. With those SNL guys.
As racist as he was.
Yes, seemingly. Or he. I'm starting to mellow. Maybe he just wrote about what he knew, but no, he was racist. But I think he wrote about what he knew, but he was also racist.
Yeah.
But those guys, they love some soul music. I'm telling you, when I mean those Saturday Night Live guys, they love some soul music because of that. It was like when they were born and raised. Yeah. So it's not surprising.
It's the soundtrack of their lives. Yeah.
Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Belushi.
Yeah.
Murray.
Yeah.
Chase. Yeah. I mean, that's them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you go back to some of those Bond movies too. It's like this, particularly in the 80s, this sultry black woman's voice singing over, like License to Kill and a number of others.
Yeah.
I got a license to kill. Your homework. Please go to Spotify, Tidal, whatever, and look up "License to Kill" Gladys Knight. When she did it on Versus, see, y'all didn't really understand. Y'all thought it was just some song. No, that was a James Bond song.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And it starts with this guttural, thing from the bottom of her soul. Like, this is a James Bond song. But anyway, music is important. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. So for me, our favorite tradition, I think I might have mentioned this last year when we talked about Christmas movies. It's our second year doing Christmas movies, Joe.
Well, we're 2 years old, bro.
Hey. So, but yeah, man. So, the Christmas lights, and just that whole tradition.
I had to leave some things for you. I had to leave some things for you. I did. I had to leave some things for you.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all when I call Joe. I mean, we don't. It's not just the podcast with me and Joe. Me and Joe have conversations. I mean, we just call each other like randomly. And so we were talking, and you were putting your Christmas lights up, and this is kind of was the onus for me changing, because this was not the movie that we initially had for Christmas. But between you, my cousin Steve, all of my friends that have kids, the lights is a big deal. Putting up the Christmas lights, bruh. And the kids don't appreciate it at the time. But like my favorite tradition, now that I look back on it, growing up, was my dad would take us all around the city of Atlanta, literally all over the city of Atlanta, looking for the best Christmas lights. And I will never forget. And this is this is my favorite Shay memory, probably because she was at, and I'm going to embarrass her. She's going to be mad. She was having trouble saying the word lights. She would say "yikes." I want to see the yikes.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
So we initially had a house close to our neighborhood off of County Line. We lived on in Loch Lomond Estates.
Oh yeah, County. Sure, okay? Of course.
So there was this house on County Line that had we called it the house with 1,000 lights, because it had what we thought was 1,000 lights. It had pop culture ornaments in the yard, whatever the thing for each year. They added something new that was pop culture. Okay. So this is the most amazing house we'd ever seen. But then my dad, I think he had done some advanced scouting, knowing my dad now. And my Uncle Harvey, rest in peace, Uncle Harvey Smith, lived off of Waterford Road in the Collier Heights neighborhood. Okay. There was a home where you would come over a hill, and this house had what we then dubbed the house with 1,000,000 lights. So it was basically like Clark Griswold's house. Like, the lights illuminated the entire neighborhood. And my dad set it up. My dad was a music guy. He's a music guy more than I'm a music guy. So he set it up so that we were in his car. I think he had a 1990 Pontiac Bonneville. We were coming over the hill, and
it's good riding.
He cues up Michael Jackson's "Will You Be There," the album version that has the choral entry.
Oh yeah.
and we come over the hill, and it comes right into the doom. Hey, my goodness, man! Like, my dad, I had to give him his props, man, because he definitely had a flair for the theatrical. And but to see these lights, and so to get back to Clark Griswold's lights, man, that one light bulb being out and having to search through the whole string of lights, and they're always tangled. It's always tangled, and it's always the sun that has to untangle the lights. You know what I mean? And trying to just get that perfect. Having my cousin Steve this year. Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry, please go on.
That's it. My cousin Steve had that problem this year, so he said forget it, and we got a whole bunch of new lights. But the lights.
Hey man, I mean, look, that's why you have so many lights.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
At some point, it's like it's a war of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
And like, am I gonna really get through this entire ball?
Oh yeah.
And he hands Russ that ball. It's the size of a globe.
Yeah.
Which Russ untangles.
He did.
Because at some point they're on the house. Yeah. But I'm with you.
So there's that, and then there's the family, and we both were pretty lucky in that our families, I don't know your dynamics when you get to your second and third cousins and things like that. For me, our family, we don't really argue a whole lot. Everybody pretty much gets along. In-laws, I can't relate to in-law problems. Even when I was married, you know, I got along fine with my in-laws.
Me too.
But I know that there are people who dread the holidays and dread getting the in-laws together, and you know, the things that happen in those dynamics, and being in a cramped. Now, what I can relate to is being in a cramped house. And you know, once one person wakes up, like in Meridian, Mississippi, you know, if Radiance wakes up, then everybody else is up. You know what I mean? So we got to be up and out and doing things. You know, when I'd rather be sleeping. Or, you know, Radiance walking in on us watching National Lampoon's Vacation when Beverly D'Angelo jumps out of the shower and tells on us for watching a naked woman, you know, like, you know, that family dynamic, you know.
It's not a shout out to Radiance. No shout out to Radiance.
Well, you know, I love Radiance I love Radiance.
I understand.
That's a part of our dynamic is me saying something that will potentially embarrass her and then me hearing about it later. So, yes. Of course. Yeah, man, like the cramping, like, you know, me and Brian sharing a bed, like, I mean, that's what's gonna happen during Christmas holidays, and I think they nailed that aspect.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, that's that family aspect. I mean, that was every time I went to Mississippi. We're gonna be in one room, me and my brother, my cousin Driscoll. We're gonna be in one room.
Yeah,
and my cousin Driscoll, my brother Jordan, and we're gonna be in one room. And I mean, that's just what it was forever. Forever and like forever and ever and ever and ever. So it's not. I'm not. I get it. Believe me, I do. I understand that all too well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unsung heroes, Joe. Who are your unsung heroes?
Well, the unsung heroes. Okay, so for me, there's one that is a sung hero. I mean, there's a hero of the film.
Sure,
but I'm not going to talk
a true
about
hero. He is the true hero of the film.
I'm leaving it to you. Out of my love for you, I'm leaving it to you.
I mean, we'll have a discussion about.
No. I'm leaving it to you. I'm leaving it to you. I'm leaving it to you. I will, of course, comment, but I'm leaving it to you.
Okay.
My unsung hero, honestly, it's very difficult for an unsung hero in this film.
Okay.
But Clark's. And you know, I shout out to Lenny for thinking outside the box about heroes. Like sometimes, but I think you said like it's the music or the light. It was like little thing. I think Lenny really, Dr. McKinley L. Price II, really made me think about how things in the film can be heroes. You know, like like these esoteric, the elements of the film could be heroes. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, for me, it's a couple of things. One of my unsung heroes is Clark's father-in-law, who was the president in Superman 2.
Yes.
And I think I can't think of his name, but it's not important. But he has a line after Clark has the million lights. He has a line, and he says, "The little lights aren't twinkling," you know, and because he's never going to be good enough.
Yeah,
he's never going to be good enough for Ellen.
Yeah,
and notice though, he has no problem with Eddie.
Nope.
And come on in. There's plenty of room. It's not your house. How dare you? But to me,
how dare you?
How dare you? To me, he's an unsung hero for pushing Clark a little bit throughout his life, like to show that he's worthy of Ellen. The other thing, though, is the bigger thing for me is as an unsung hero. I thought about this all week. Is Clark's nostalgia, and as you know, I'm a nostalgic person.
Yes,
and so yes, so to say the most, not even the least. So Clark's nostalgia surrounding Christmas and what he wanted to do. And when he's up there in the attic, and gets caught up there, and it's it's like stuck up there, and he gets the machine going, and the Ray Charles is Christmas is a time of year. Being with the one you love, right? So that's amazing to me. Like that scene is beautiful because that's like this is what he's trying to replicate for his kids and for himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all, and I said that earlier. I don't know if you heard me. If I said that earlier, in my mind, when I'm thinking Christmas time, I'm thinking like when I was 6. I'm thinking right around here. I'm thinking like right around 89, 90. I'm thinking like right around here.
Yeah.
as well. Like 89, 90, 91.
Yeah.
Those are hellified Christmas. Those were.
And this is what you want for
Christmas.
Sage. You want her to have these kind of memories.
Yeah, I do. But I was 14, 15. So, but I was 6, she's 7. So, trying to make sure that those elements are part of, what she's got going on. Yeah, that's important.
What do you think she's going to think about Cupcake, man? What do you think she's going to think about Cupcake some years from now?
That Cupcake was wild, and Cupcake got into everything, and
Cupcake is a member of the Carlos family, guys. Cupcake comes.
That's our elf on the shelf. Cupcake's our elf on the shelf. I'm gonna figure out what Cupcake's gonna do tomorrow. I've taken over. I've quietly taken over Cupcake duties for like the last 2 days. So it ain't no thing. Because
Keitha is on point with
No, mine are more so like, well, how did Cupcake get up there?
Right.
Mine are not nearly as involved as mommy's are. So, but these kids can look up things on Al Gore's internet. So
they can.
It's trying not to use certain things. She was like, I was at your website today. Somebody didn't believe you had a website. Like, okay. So, but anyway, so
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Yes.
Oh no. What? That's another name for our show. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Pardon the interruption. Right?
There it is. We're constantly interrupting each other. But no. That's unsung heroes for me. And for vous.
All right. So for me, like before we jump in, I appreciate you saving Eddie for me. We're gonna both discuss Eddie. Because I actually thought about some other ones though. Like I really did. So Eddie's kids, Rocky and Ruby Sue.
More so Ruby Sue. More so Rocky. Did Rocky have a line?
He didn't have a line, but he had the lip fungus. Yeah.
He got lip fungus, ain't quite figured out yet. Yeah.
The whole point was that he was silent, and that's fantastic. Ruby Sue though, Ruby Sue has my favorite line in the whole thing, man. When Clark's like, she's like, he was shitting rocks. He's like, we don't talk like that, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, he was shitting bricks.
Are you Santa Claus? He's like, what? He said it to window.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fantastic. You can't have a National Lampoons without Clark going into a very vivid hallucination But yeah, man.
Tastefully done.
So the even when they introduce Ruby Sue, and she's like, her eyes aren't crossed anymore.
Her eyes aren't crossed anymore. They got some great actors.
Got kicked by, yeah.
Got kicked by a mule.
Yeah.
Falls down a well.
The eyes get crossed. Kicked by a mule. The eyes cross back.
On cross back. I don't know.
So shout out to Rocky and Ruby Sue, who I don't think either one of them did anything else afterward.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
Yeah. And then the animals. The animals are always a big part of these movies, but Snot. Snots, is it Snots or Snot? I could never.
I think it's Snots. Turnover. Yakking on the ball.
You give him a good belly rub. He'll love you forever. Hey, Snots was great, and then the squirrel, man. Like that whole scene with the squirrel. It's just
on his back.
I
think the squirrel.
I have 100% howl rate
in his painting here. Yeah,
the squirrel has to be in the painting somewhere. Like
it's on his shoulder.
There you go. Of course. I have 100% howl rate when he turns around and the squirrel's on his back. I howl laugh at that every single time I see the movie. Like it is hilarious. And man, so the animals in the movie, and then of course now we come to our favorite guy, Randy Quaid, Cousin Eddie. I mean, so you want to talk about where European Vacation fell off? There's no Cousin Eddie. You know what I mean? Like
that's
nothing.
That's a major loss for them.
Yeah,
but not having Eddie, not figuring out a way to have Eddie there. I don't know what was going on with European Vacation. They just really anyway. It's not important. They gave us this, so I don't want to belabor that.
Fair enough.
Lord.
Eddie takes everything up to when he turns up at the lighting of the house, and he turns around. He's like, he's
Eddie.
Clark.
Eddie.
It's just the exasperation of Clark in that moment.
So exasperated.
And Eddie just showing up and doing Eddie things, man. He's got the RV. He traded the RV for the house. He wants the furniture after the little Barker Lounge gets burnt up from the cat. He's like, oh, that's a fine piece of furniture there. I can do something with that. He's emptying the toxic waste, the chemical. What are you looking at, Clark? I'm looking at looking at Eddie. I'm looking at someone pour some chemical waste into our sewer system. Oh man, shitter's full. Eddie's just the shitter, man. Eddie's just, and he's the hero. He goes and gets Mr. Shirley, and he's the one person who listens to Clark. He listened to what Clark said.
I want? I want my boss.
And I love that whole diatribe that Clark goes into, because being a big John Hughes guy, a lot of that is reused in when Pooter the Clown comes up to Uncle Buck, and he's like, "You floor flushing low life sacker," and gets punched.
Yep. These are all the same guys.
Yeah, and he recycles a lot of, John Hughes recycles a lot of his dialogue, low key. Yeah. So I just, Cousin Eddie, man, what are your thoughts on Cousin Eddie, man? I need to know, Joe, how you feel about Cousin Eddie.
I love him. Eddie. Let's talk about Eddie's dickie that he wore with the white sweater, where you could see, the brilliance in this film, the absolute brilliance in this film. He's got a black dickie on, and if you all don't know what a dickie is, it is a faux version of faux shirt. Yeah. So he had a black turtleneck dickie on with a white sweater. And so you can see the lines. You can see where the lines end in the dickie, and her skin. The contrast between the skin and the dickie. And the sweater. It's brilliant. But and notice in this picture, he's in the sweater with the dickie, by the way.
Yes.
Everything he says or does is pure hilarity. Yeah. And so when Chevy's playing the straight guy, or Chevy's doing has lost his mind, Randy Quaid is a powerhouse. Yeah. It is not. I know he's lost his mind and gone just the way of the wolves. He's truly lost his mind. But let me tell you something. Whatever he was born to do, one of the things I think he was born to do was to be Eddie in these films, but most importantly in Christmas Vacation. Yeah. And he was good-natured, big-hearted, sorry as hell, on a Lamont Sanford type level of sorry, but still, but still a huge heart, and usually in the right place. Yeah, usually in the right place. Yeah. And he'd come on rough times, and it's family, right? Yeah. So he was on rough time. He's rough times, man.
Yeah. And shout out to Ellen for realizing those kids weren't going to get anything for Christmas, man. And they stepped up, and
they did. I love how he has no pretension, doesn't know any better, and if he did, I don't think he cared to. I thought Quaid. Honestly, if the Oscars were what they really should be, and you wanted to take somebody's 10 to 12 minutes or best supporting actor and see what the heck they did with that 10 to 12 minutes, in all sincerity, Randy Quaid as Eddie in this film, to me, is the best supporting actor nominee. Now, was he as good as Denzel in Glory, who won the Oscar that year? No. But to me, this man was a best supporting actor. Really, Denzel should have won for best actor, by the way. But this man was a best supporting actor, personally, in this film. Yeah, I believe it.
Absolutely. It gets back to what we've talked about on previous episodes. Comedy doesn't get its due. Nobody nobody recognizes comedy to the degree that it needs to be. No respect. It's the Rodney Dangerfield.
Comedy is where the mind goes to get tickled, be tickled. Comedy is where the mind goes to be tickled.
I don't know that one.
The Office. Season 7. The cold open with Ricky Gervais and Michael Scott.
That's right. That's okay. Yes. Fair enough.
And they meet each other, and they give us that pound of flesh that we needed.
Yes. I
sorry, I'm in the middle of a binge.
I should have known that.
D'Angelo Vickers is just
D'Angelo Vickers. Yeah. Oh gosh,
everything about that is funny. Like the name is everything about it is funny. But I'm sorry, but that's how I feel about Eddie, though. Sorry.
Yeah, man. No,
that's how strong my love is. That's how strong my love is.
Yeah, I see you, Joe. I see you. Yeah, man. I think Cousin Eddie in the pantheon of great characters. In a series, a film series, like you just say Cousin Eddie, and people who know, and they're gonna crack up. Brother. Yeah,
we know Cousin Eddie.
We know Cousin Eddie. So I want to really quickly just say something, because I know we have to say something about Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Nicholas Guest as Todd and Margot.
I never knew that Nicholas Guest was Chris Guest's brother until this very moment. Because I didn't realize his last name. I didn't realize he was Chris Guest's brother. But it makes sense. It makes all sense the way they look just like each other.
Yeah.
But I never knew that his brother was in. He's one of the guys from Trading Places. He's one of Lewis's friends.
Is he?
Yeah.
Now that I didn't know.
He sang in the song.
The Constance Fry.
Constance Fry. Yeah, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh man, but Todd and Margot, man, were they bad neighbors? Was Clark a bad neighbor? Who were the bad neighbors there?
I don't understand where the animus. We talked about this. Why was there animus? I don't understand why there was. I don't understand why there was animus. Like, seriously.
Well, they were pretentious yuppies. So
yeah, but what did they do?
Yeah, they didn't really do anything to deserve anything other than they had bad fortune of being the neighbor to somebody who was bumbling. So
yeah, I don't think they were bad neighbors. I think Clark was a bad neighbor.
You think Clark was a bad neighbor?
By speaking ill to them. I think they were like jokey. I don't think, and we talked about this, I don't think their house in any way, the interior of their house in any way was clearly a set. Looked like the colonial that it was, mid-century colonial, but it was from the exterior. And we talked about the damage. Let me tell you something. When he pulled down the gutter, that was an accident. He didn't make it do that, but when he pulled down the gutter and the projectile slab of ice flew into their house and hit their $4,000 Kanishiwa Iowa stereo CD player.
Yeah,
bro, that was like serious damage.
Yeah, it was bad.
Serious damage.
It was bad. Yeah, I think Clark's a bad neighbor. And he was
a bad neighbor.
He was very rude to them. To your point, they were joking with him, and then he I wasn't
bend over and I'll show you. I wasn't talking to you.
I wasn't talking to you. Those are fighting words. Actually, you talk to the man's wife like that, man. Like, hey, So
Todd and Margot, I thought they were perfect, though. I thought they were perfect and showed all the disdain that obviously John Hughes had for yuppies.
Yeah.
I thought it was written perfectly. I thought it was cast perfectly.
Yeah.
I love Todd and Margot.
Yeah.
I mean, still to this day, whenever I see it, I'm like, they really captured that. Like, why are they living out in Evanston though?
Yeah,
there's no telling. But
one more shout out to
on
Reese,
this street.
Definitely not Chicago.
No, not Chicago. And the McAllisters live like three streets over.
Right.
And Pretty in Pink High School is up the road.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller. What's the?
He's around the corner. He's around the corner. Ferris Bueller's not far
Gary
away.
and Wyatt.
Yeah, they're around the corner. All these Chicago movies.
Yeah.
Chicagoland.
One last shout out to an actor, a great acting performance, Brian Doyle Murray. I mean, anything
Absolutely.
Brian Doyle Murray's in is going to be, he's going
I've never seen
the screen up
in a bad thing.
Yeah,
I've never seen him in a bad thing.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Give me somebody.
Give me anybody.
Give me somebody. Give me while I'm waiting. I'm sure it helped as well. And then Clark said the way he says it, he's waiting for that. He's waiting for that approval. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Typical boss. Joe, first of all, I know you would not be as irresponsible as to rob Peter to pay Paul to get a pool put in and expect your bonus from the previous year. But how messed up is it to give someone the previous year you give them $8,000 and now you're gonna give them jelly of the month, man? Come on, man.
That's the gift that keeps on giving them.
when Eddie says that, also, I forgot about that. The
moment he said it, it was with me forever. I don't know about you. It was with me forever. Yes, it was kind of like Karate Man bruise on the inside. It was with me forever.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
But you wouldn't know that because you're a big Barry White.
Those same dudes in his house. I digress. Man. Mr. Shirley, the Jelly of the Month Club, man. I mean, the advent calendar,
worst, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, the advent calendar was nice, wasn't it? Let's real quick as we're going through these. Lingerie counter, Nicolette Scorsese, shout out to her for her fine work with that. Galecki, strong as he rolls up on his dad. Strong, holds it in. Yeah, we're gonna keep that between us. Russ? Right. Real strong there. You proud doing Brian Doyle Murray. Little nipply. What? Wood. Log, as I would not have a yard. Classic Chevy Chase. Okay. On fire. Throwing rocks. I'm throwing rocks tonight.
Yeah. All right, Danny.
He's on fire through there. And real quick, the name, the great William Hickey and the great Mae Questel.
Yes. Talk about him.
Talk about Lewis and Bethany. When they ask, she's 80 and they ask her to do the blessing, and she does a Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes.
And Randy Quaid stands up.
as a good American should. Hey man, Randy Quaid is the prototype for a certain segment of Americans right now, and I'll leave it right there. Today.
Big Trump guy. Yes. But when oh gosh, I mean, Lewis was an idiot. Lewis was a jerk.
He was the biggest jerk. Oh my gosh, he was worse than
he was a jerk. He was. It was a jerk. Yeah, he was worse than Edna. I think Edna came from a place of love, and she loved Lamont. But
oh God.
But she did. But I'm thinking Esther. I'm sorry. I was thinking Aunt Esther.
Oh no. I thought you were talking about Edna. I'm talking about Aunt Edna, in the first one, the mean aunt.
No, they were probably as mean as each other. They were both very, very mean people. I was gonna say this. I'm sorry, I got way off. But dude was mean. They stand up, they sing the thing, and I like their dynamic. That they had, as a. But if you notice in the movies, he was mean when Clark was a little boy. You know what I mean? Like he was mean then.
Yeah.
And I mean, no respect for anything. Grizz, like you threw a match on the ground in a house. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just a complete jerk. But I as we're running through the characters, let me talk about Ellen Duvall.
Yeah, please. Let's give her
amazing Beverly D'Angelo. Always Always the best. To me, she can be summed up in 2 scenes in this film.
Okay.
One, when she realizes, oh, I got to turn the lights on here, and that's what's going to turn the lights on the whole thing. And she realizes the stupidity in all of his antics.
Yes,
usually, all of them. And so she does that. She turns the lights on. She's the reason when then it comes on.
Yeah,
she turned the lights on. Right.
Yeah,
no problem. Number 2, when the police bust in, they just destroy the house. What is Ellen doing in the picture? Do you know? Do you know what Ellen's doing?
Protecting Clark.
Everybody's hands are up. Yes,
she grabs his Johnson. Yeah,
she grabs his Johnson. Yes, she's holding it. Yeah, that's what she protects, because she protects the home. Yeah, to me,
I love it. We must protect this house.
We must protect this house. Yes, I mean, why did Under Armour ever get away with that? From that, like, I wonder why. But probably because it didn't say anything about the name of the brand. I don't know. But she's always on Sparky. She's questioning. She's like, no, it's time to do this. It's time to do that. Yeah. You know, I'm telling you the real. This is what it's got to be. She's a voice of reason. And Beverly Angelo, I mean, she's looked great forever. And I didn't like her so much on Entourage. In scenes. Actually, I didn't like her when she first came on Entourage, but when they worked together, Miller Gold sounds like a light beer.
Babs,
sounds like a light beer. Yeah, Babs.
Love Babs.
Said it sounds like a light beer.
Ari was right.
But you know, I've been a fan of Beverly D'Angelo forever, and of course, I thought she was great in this, and I thought they were great. They figured out their footing by the third film. They really had.
Yeah. I totally agree. Totally agree. As mentioned previously, you know, I mean, I got in trouble. Me and Brian got in trouble for watching her. You know, she's, God bless her for giving that scene to us as a kid. Still fond memories. So after I watched Christmas Vacation this time, I went back and watched Vacation. And that scene came on, and I was like, man, you know, fond memories. But yeah, Beverly D'Angelo, perfect as Ellen, getting Clark in check. I think you pretty much nailed everything about who she is and what she is. When she starts smoking and her mom's like, are you smoking in there,
Ellen?
Reminds me of my mom. Because my mom, I don't think my grandmother knew my mom smoked for a very, 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 very long time. And for whatever reason, that little scene there reminded me of that. Yeah, man. I love Beverly D'Angelo, and thank goodness for everything she did in this series. And I love Babs. So, you know, there was that. She went toe to toe with Ari, and I think that's what I really appreciate.
Oh yeah. He needed that
in a respectful way. She wasn't malicious. She definitely.
No, they're trying to make money, man.
Yeah,
you put money in this.
Yeah. So there's that. So the music, we kind of talked about the music a little bit. Is there anything else you want to say about the music here?
No, I just thought it was good. I'm good.
Yeah. You have a favorite scene?
The
whole movie.
I think, the whole movie. Let me stop. Let me be.
It's kind of like kind of a bunch of set pieces. You know what I mean? Like there.
It is. Although the lights, I think the light when Art says the little lights aren't twinkling, and Eddie shows up. When they go inside after that, they go inside and they have the scenes with Eddie and Clark.
Okay.
So my favorite scenes are the scenes with Eddie and Clark when they go inside and they have the eggnog, and it's the eggnog from Wally World, but the cups are from Wally World.
Yeah.
And little wink, a little nod to Vacation,
giving us some little fan service there.
Yeah, and so he talks about his family. Eddie talks about his family. He's like, kids, and he said, well, he gave all that money to the televangelists, and he said, kids. I don't care what his kids do. He said, no, your kids. It's just little things that Eddie says that are hilarious to me. And also when they were in the store shopping, and he keeps buying the dog food. Like so much dog food.
2 different types.
As you noticed, man, throughout. I mean, it's a lot of dog food. Yeah. And Clark doesn't even bat an eye. He doesn't even bat an eye. when he does all that. And so
he's used to the shenanigans, man.
Apparently
So for me, I couldn't go another further without mentioning the sled scene.
Yes.
The scientist in me loves the fact that first of all, Clark had invented or did he invent
polymer?
Develop
no, he didn't develop that polymer. His company did.
Okay, but he decided to put it on a cereal or whatever to make it make it last or whatever. And then he has a sled that has the silicone, and when he is zooming down the hill, man, it is one of those moments, man. Again, like I mean, there's so many moments in the movie where I crack up laughing. That one there, man. And then when Eddie finds the sled later, and it's the bottom is just completely just disintegrated, and Eddie's looking through it. Just a fantastic moment. And then when the stuff finally blows up at the end from the sewer, and Santa Claus goes flying, and Ruby Sue and Rocky see that, and it all just kind of comes a full 180 there. So here's that scene as well.
Beautiful scenes. Beautiful scenes.
Yeah, beautiful scenes, man. But I mean, in general, this is again, it's a bunch of set pieces, but it flows together really well. So you don't really recognize it as set pieces. The whole sequence with Clark driving, I'm thankful. I was wondering, you wonder, like as an adult, like how they can fit in these driving sequences, because you got to have a Clark driving sequence in every film, every
time, or it doesn't work.
Yeah. And so you get that sequence there. It's just a very, very well developed film. I don't know if I'm missing anything. We missed anything, Joe, from the movie?
I don't think we did. We got it all.
I think we got it all. Yeah. It's a classic film. If you gotten this far, you haven't seen it, then we've
spoiled the whole movie. It's on HBO Max. It's on
HBO Max. It's gonna be on TBS. It's gonna be on TBS multiple times.
CBS probably for 24 hours or something like that.
So you do yourself a favor, as Joe said earlier about Succession. Same thing applies here. Do yourself a favor if you haven't seen it. Make sure you go back and watch.
I want to go over the 1989 movies.
Okay.
All
right.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's probably the most biggest bumper crowd here, seriously, maybe in Hollywood history. And I know there's so many things that can be argued, but Lean on Me, Do the Right Thing, Harlem Nights, Born the 4th of July, Uncle Buck, Glory, Batman, Sex, Lies, and Videotapes, New York Stories, When Harry Met Sally, Weekend at Bernie's, Ghostbusters 2, She-Devil, Major League, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, Casualties of War, Driving Miss Daisy, True Believer, Say Anything, Field of Dreams, My Left Foot, Her Alibi, Chances Are, Steel Magnolias, Sea of Love, Turner and Hooch, Lethal Weapon 2, Parenthood, War of the Roses, Stay with me. Roadhouse, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, License to Kill, The Abyss, The Burbs, Dream a Little Dream, How I Got into College, shout out to me, The Mighty Quinn, Black Rain, Blue Steel, Who's Harry Crump, shout out to HBO, Dead Poets Society, The Karate Kid Part 3, Lord, Old Gringo, The January Man, one of my favorite films of all time, Tango and Cash, Best of the Best, Fubar, yes, Best of the Best. Okay, this is just a sampling of the films that came out in 1989. Some of them you're like, what?
Murderer's Row.
But I mean, truly, and yet at Christmas time, what comes out? This film.
Yeah.
This film comes out.
Yeah.
And on December 1st. And does its thing. Oh, I said Casualties of War. I did. Yeah. This film comes out and does its thing. And man, kind of a big deal.
89, man.
True Beverly Hills. Sorry, I forgot True Beverly Hills. Sorry.
Something to be said for the year 89, man. I think we need to probably revisit this, Joe, because I mean, like,
Look Who's Talking. Oh, I forgot Look Who's Talking.
You think about the list of movies that we've done so far, and I mean,
there are a few in 89.
Yeah, we've done a few in 89 already.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Back to the Future's 2. Back to the Future 2, excuse me. Yeah.
Murderers Row.
Police Academy 6.
Was 6? It was 6. Wow.
6. City of Crime.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Little Mermaid.
There's a lot going on.
Did you say Little Mermaid?
I did not. I'd forgotten that one. I apologize.
Wow.
It's a film I've never seen. That's probably why.
Well, you know.
Yeah. As it is. Not as it were, as it is, brother. The cook, thief, the wife, and her
lover. And that was the whole controversy about X-rated versus NC-17. Like, tie me up, tie me down as well. Like, hey, man.
Fat Man, Little Boy. 89, they were Henry the Fifth. 89, they were throwing rocks, brother. A dry white season. My left foot. I think I said that.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights, brother. Yeah. A lot going on, man.
Fabulous Baker Boys. Hey, look.
The Fabulous Baker Boys. Yeah, they were up for some Oscar.
Yeah.
One of them was.
Yeah. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah, that too.
A personal favorite. The black guy goes straight for Jason. He goes hands up with the hands. He's trying to throw hands at Jason. I love it.
Why not?
Why not? Hadn't been tried before.
The Dream Team, which I saw in the theater.
Oh, the Dream Team. That was a crazy. Oh man, Joe. Wow.
I saw that in the theater. Yes.
Wow. Well, Joe,
my boys. Yes, sir.
What is your Christmas movie? What are we doing next?
Oh, we're doing Best Man Holiday.
I'm gonna get my box of tissues ready. I said I was gonna have my box of tissues out on my table. Man, look, hey y'all, you have 1 week if you have not already seen it, or if you want to rehash, go back and review. This
Holiday.
Tearjerker of a movie. This movie that created traditions in Black families. You know, the
lot going on.
A lot going on in this movie. Excellent movie. We were lucky to have it. In hindsight, we didn't know what we didn't know. So I can't wait to talk about that movie, Joe. Can't wait to talk about that movie with you, brother.
And likewise.
Because this is a big one, guys. So make sure you go back and watch it. As for this, as Joe mentioned, this one is on HBO Max. National Lampoon's Vacation is on HBO Max. It's on TBS, like we said. You can stream it. You can find it. And make sure you follow us, like us, subscribe, do all those good things. Please. YouTube. Joe, hey Joe, shout out. Hold on, man. Let me give you your props, man. My man Joe has created some graphics for the show that for our advertisers that are just phenomenal. I got a stream of them on my phone. I looked up. I say 4 texts from Joe, and I look at these pictures, man. Look, hey man, I'm gonna use all of them. And
let's do it.
We can't wait for you to join us. We're so happy to have every last one of you guys to join us on these journeys. You know, we appreciate you guys. We notice you guys are listening. We see you guys. You know, Cachet, man, is always the first to like and come in and give us some props about the episodes, man. So shout out to Cachet. Shout out to Miss Alice, because she's listening too. And
shout out.
Yeah, man. We love you guys. We love all you all.
Love you.
And
thank you.
Until next time, we be the Open Tabs Podcast. Peace.
Peace.